Welcome to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We're coming up on a new month, January, and so we have a new scent of the month. This January, our scent of the month is going to be Torrential Rain. It's one of our popular ones.
Guess we need a snow one.
We need something that smells like snow, huh?
Smells like snow.
And but for January, Torrential Rain will be 25% off everything that's scented in that fragrance. So give that a try. We also have other specials going on. So swing on by, and I'm sure you'll find something that you'll like. So
Yippee-yi-yay. So farm happenings.
Farm happenings. What's happening on the farm?
Well, we had Christmas and all the get-togethers, and
we survived. Santa Claus came by, as you saw in the podcast last week.
And his
shelf elf helper. And it seemed like you guys enjoyed the outtakes, so I guess I'll have to start launching the podcast so we get I mess up, so then you guys get the outtakes when that happens. But once I get rolling, then I don't I cover it a little better than right at the beginning. Well, it was
cute because Amanda Elizabeth Quinton on Ravelry is her name. Her daughter's. She was watching our podcast and her daughter saw it and she goes, "Oh, Mommy, Santa knits."
Yeah, see? Little kids didn't realize Santa actually knits, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Someone's got to make the toys and the gifts.
From the poem I read, he tie him down and he'll knit.
Yeah, that's it. So,
it's about what I have to do with you, huh? Tie you down and...
No, I'm getting a little more consistent with my knitting. So, as you can see, I'll show you when we get to that part.
Yeah.
So, but so we survived Christmas, and then I'm on vacation, quote unquote vacation from work for 2 weeks. So I was off this last week, and I'm off for another week after that, just to try and get some of the things done. So I started working on. We wanted to pull up the carpet in one of our rooms and do ceramic tile. So I got started on that, pulled all the carpet up. Well, pull all the carpet up, move all of the junk that's in that room.
Well, it was the schoolroom, playroom.
Yeah.
So the closet was filled from bottom to top.
Legos, yeah. Well, we have a mountain of Legos, and so I had desks to move. That's the room Patrick's in, our big bearded dragon. And so we had to scooch. He didn't get moved, but a couple feet. So I had to lay some tile one day and move him over there.
Because he's in, 100-gallon?
Yeah, he's in a 100-gallon aquarium filled with bricks because they absorb the heat, and he lays on those. And so it's not the easiest thing to move. So he got moved a couple feet once I got half the room done. So I got started on that. Got to right now, majority of the tile is laid now. And then we're going to go pick out we're going to do a border tile around in there. And we got to go pick that out today. So after we get done podcasting, it's off to the Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever. We're going to go look for tile. So... but that's one of the farm happenings. So it's getting done. And yesterday
we got some snow.
It snowed for 20 minutes, and it didn't even stick, but it actually snowed. But
it was coming down good too.
Yeah, it was coming down for a while, and I knew it wouldn't stick because it's actually 37, 38 degrees out, but it was still snowing. And then the skies cleared and the sun came out, and then it got up to 42. Whew, hot,
And our son is out there with shorts.
Yeah.
Flip-flops.
So it at least snowed. Not enough to do anything with, but maybe that's
because they're all getting it in Maine.
Yeah, they're stealing our snow. But hopefully we get some that actually sticks. You know, we're fortunate that it comes, it snows, it lasts for a day or two, and then it's gone. We don't have to deal with it for months on end, like some of you poor people that have, you know, that shoveling and snow blowers, and you know, and
I don't even know what a snow blower looks like.
You know, the reason why people go to Arizona in the winter
or Florida.
Oh yeah, you know, there's a number of sunny getaways that people go to because they live in places like that. But we kind of get the best of, you know, winter for a short period of time, long enough to play in, and then it disappears, and we can get back to normal. So.
Well, we were ready to get the quads
yeah,
out.
I know.
It's like, come
ready
on.
to go play, but yeah, I didn't figure because they didn't even have it forecasted for snow, and so we just got fortunate. So I was out there a little bit.
We're like, that's white. That's white.
So yeah, we had a little fun there, and then
we've been without high-speed internet for how many days now?
Since Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, we're upgrading our DSL. We're getting faster DSL. And so I called Wednesday and put in the order to get higher speed DSL because Jimmy is a
hogger.
Yeah, he hogs all the bandwidth and complains every time we do anything on it. So we're going to upgrade to a higher speed DSL. So I call and get that ordered, and the guy comes out on Thursday and he hooks us up. And we are at a snail's pace because someone messed up, and instead of giving us the high-speed DSL, they gave us the slowest DSL they could possibly do because someone messed up. And it took me 2 days and 4 hours on the phone with Verizon for someone to say, oh, they provisioned you wrong.
Well, that's after...
2 days and 4 hours on the phone. Oh, they provisioned you wrong. But it's Friday, and we can't come out till Monday, so you're going to have to just wait. So we've been crawling along, and, you know, frustrating. But Monday, they're supposed to come fix us up. So.
Okay, and Jimmy's got new Xbox games, and
yeah,
I got a new toy, and
yeah, it's just timing-wise, it wasn't good. So, I mean, so Monday, we should be blazing fast. I said, I was telling Don, they're setting the bar really low so it'll make it look like our new high-speed DSL is super fast. You know, they could give us the old stuff back and it'll seem super fast now because it's at a snail's pace. But
well, that's if they get it right tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we're hopefully, the guy I talked to finally after 4 hours and bouncing around and talking to people in I don't know how many countries because it seems like they're help desk is overseas, and then their billing and sale is like, I've talked to everybody, and, you know.
Well, you were stuck with the one chick that was dumber than a box of rocks, man.
Yeah. She don't listen.
She's just going to repeat the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Is that right, sir? Is that right, sir? No.
And after, an hour on the phone with her, she finally says, well, I can't help you.
Well, that's after you asked 5 times to speak to her supervisor.
Yeah, it gets... So, I'm happy today. But I wasn't the other day. I was really... I don't normally get too worked up, but I was...
That long on the phone.
Yeah. So, Monday, which is today, which you're watching us, hopefully the guy at Verizon's over plugging us into the right spot on the...
Turn the right switch.
Yeah, turn on the switch. Click. Oh, okay. So we should be seeing improved things. So the upload of this podcast, either it's going to work really well because I have a cellular hotspot, and so I'm going to upload, and that thing is blazing fast. So normally it takes us 2 hours on our old high speed. What they set us up with now, what we're working at, if we have to use, it's going to take us 8 hours to upload or more. But with the work thing, it should take about 6 minutes. So,
I can't wait to see that. I've never seen before.
So either that's going to work really well, or you guys won't be seeing our podcast until
Tuesday.
Till Monday evening. So, you know, but yeah, so that was my farm happenings over this last week. A lot of stuff happening when I'm off, but...
I got Jimmy his first cell phone, too.
Yeah, that's true. We did get him a cell phone, so he's got his own, and Not that he uses it, but we can text him from one side of the house to the other, bug him.
So we're ornery like that.
Yeah. So things. It's been a busy week. It's a lot of things happening. So that's what happens when I stay home from work.
Yeah. So I guess we should go into in the coop.
Sure. What's in your coop?
Well, since Megan, I'm going to blame it on Megan. Stockinette Zombies and Fat Squirrel had the crazy cow, and I started being monogamous. Now I can't switch back.
You're stuck, huh?
I am on the one project kit. One project in my silver pumpkin, mostly munchy piggy bag. I dug out this old UFO and got the cobwebs off, and this was actually started in July. Was a mystery.
Oh, yeah. That one took a timeout because you were.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Other things. This is there's no picture. It's the Rockefeller. I forgot, no, it's a mystery, so.
Oh.
I don't have the recent.
Yeah.
And this is done, well, this was done for our own knit-along, wasn't it? Our cakewalk knit-along? No. I did that other shawl.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this was the mystery one.
Yeah.
You just used your cakewalk.
Cakewalk peppermint bark.
That's why everybody in July was requesting Christmas colorways from Cakewalk.
I love Cakewalk. And then the other color is Knit Picks Gloss Burgundy. And I have no idea if they still even make that, because that's some old stash. And this is done on size 3 needles, which I actually had. Okay, I'm on clue 4. Well, because I didn't know if I was going to have enough of the peppermint bark. I had more than what he called for, but it wouldn't have made it. And I got correct gauge, everything. So, I did this side. It has not been blocked. So I went to 11 stripes of the peppermint bark doing the pattern. See, this will all lay down when it's blocked. So all of this was done. When I got to the 11, I just started decreasing every single dang row. So that's why it's a little puckery, but when it's hanging over your shoulder and blocked, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So this whole side got done. And then I went, because I actually did 11 over here. You can see where my stitch marker was. I cut the yarns and went over here to do the 11 over here. Then I weighed the yarn so I would know I'd have enough on both sides.
Yeah.
That's why it went into timeout. Here, I'll show you so far.
Well, you were saying nobody was able to complete with
a lot of people
if they
ran
had
out.
Bought based on what the pattern says.
Yeah.
So he should probably go in and update.
He might have. I haven't looked since July. So then I've done now from here, and I'm doing this side. But yeah, I had strings over here hanging with these needles. I had strings over here with needles, so I'm like, I had needles everywhere. And
well, at least you're on the home stretch now. That shouldn't take you too long to finish.
I'm going to chew my arm off. That's what I told Knit Psycho. She was asking if I started the sleeves of my Rockefeller, and I mean Rocky
though.
Coast. See all these rocks.
Nice texture though. Huh?
Yeah, I did. Texture picture. So, yeah. It's. I'm not starting anything till this is off the needles.
Well, at least you know you have enough to finish, and you're on the last little bit, so you can just kind of sit down, and you can get that done in a night. It seemed like you knit fast compared to me. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Isn't that about my pace?
Yeah. So that's my one project this week.
Yeah.
Oh, poo.
Did you forget on the?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to go run and get them?
Do in the coop, and then we'll go get it.
Well, I can do my. Well, I guess you need to help because you you had to help correct some of my errors. Okay, so I've got going here is the Lulu Zuzu pedal
by Karina Spencer. Gifted to you, or gifted to me by
Gifted
Sadie.
to you, and I'm
Blue Ruin. We Shoot Stars.
Yep.
Yarnivore podcast.
And I'm knitting it on Madeline Tosh DK Tart. Yes, thank you. I don't know.
I love that color. It should be called Ruby Red.
Yeah, I do. I really like the color. This is when we were on the yarn crawl. I made you buy.
Because this is put it up to the ruby. This is a real ruby. Real rubies are not pink. So yeah, they're blood red.
Yeah. So when we were on the yarn crawl, the LA yarn crawl, I made her buy this because that's just awesome. And however they did that batch, I don't think they can repeat.
Yeah, because it looks different than the...
Yeah, they had another, I don't remember what weight it was, worsted? Was it worsted in the tart? And it looks completely different. So however they did this is just awesome.
And this is special mixed with trouble hair.
Oh.
This stuff catches any little fuzz, any little hair. You know, it's like...
And you see how friendly Trouble is. When I sit down at night on the couch, he jumps up and he's in my lap. He's my leg warmer. What?
Is that going to pick up?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So, anyway, I had gotten to the point where on the pattern it was...
You also changed something else?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I was using the... Signature cable needles size 6.
But with a 32-inch cable.
With a 32-inch cable. And then I was getting to the point where this joins. It comes back around. This slips over your head, and then it's like a shawl cowl kind of thing. But I was getting to the point where I didn't have enough cable. It was getting really tight. And it was bugging me. So I switched over to the Hayas. Dawn suggesting I get my own set, so I stopped hogging all of her Haya needles. But
yeah, but if I'm down to just one needle,
but this is the 40-inch cable on here, and so here's my stitch marker there, and I'm to the lace, and I'm new to lace, so it's Trubby. Go. You can't sit on my lap right now. So I'm to the lace, and this, going from a hat that's knit pearl knit, is to something that's a lot more intricate. I'm learning new things, but I'm learning that I have to pay attention. So TV time is either TV or knitting. I can't do both, because I'll lose track and I end up doing things that mess me up. And then Dawn gets to help me out because she has to figure out what the heck I did. And
at least got him to where he stops.
Stops before
instead of going all the way around. I'm like...
Well, I'm starting to be able to read my knitting, so I know where things are lining up. And so I pretty much immediately know when I'm off. When my pearls should be lining up and they don't, then I get some help. Good thing I have an expert knitter here next to me to help me, Mr. Novice, get done. But it's starting to come along, the lace and stuff. So this is, I've done...
And there's no rest rows on this at all, so each row is a lace pattern.
Yeah. And so I'm probably about a quarter done. I think I've got 11 or 12, maybe 13 rows done, and there's 40-some rows total. So, so it's coming along. And I'm learning, and I just have to pay attention and not get distracted. Because I think that's my problem is I'm used to, because I'm a beginning knitter, a purl, you bring the yarn around and you do a purl, and the other side is a knit. Well, when I'm doing a yarn over, I don't know if I sometimes confuse that for being a purl or vice versa. I do some crazy stuff. And Dawn shakes her head and she says, We can fix it. So I'm going to have a very unique knitted pattern by the time I get done. Hopefully it looks, for the most part, what the designer had intended. But
you're learning a lot. I mean, it's a drastic jump from basic hat to full-on lace.
Knit, purl, knit, purl. That's my hat. It was basically,
You wanted to be the real challenged.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to make you something nice, and so this is going to be Dawn's Christmas gift. It should be done by next year.
Hey, you wanted a goal, right?
Yeah, so. No, actually, I should be done. I've actually spent more time consistently with this, other than I guess there's been a couple nights when I've been doing the tile that I just, had to sit down. Or I had a good movie on, and I can't do both. I can't sit and watch TV.
Have we watched a good movie? Your last night was...
I didn't knit at all.
Yeah.
It was... In the end, it was a really long, and we didn't really enjoy it. But I didn't knit because I wanted to pay attention to it.
I know what last night was the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah,
so,
I like Daniel Craig.
I did too.
And so I was watching, but it wasn't, hard to understand. I don't know the sound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going deaf, by the way, and so...
Well, you've always been in one ear.
No, but... So sometimes things don't come across.
Yeah, the one before that, the night before, was we bought a zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Lots of animals.
Yeah. See, and I tell her, no new animals. After watching that, no new animals.
Tearjerker.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me. If you're a crier.
We don't have a zoo. We have a farm, and so we can't have the lions, tigers, monkeys. They had alpacas, though.
Yes, they did.
So, but yeah, that was a good
I wouldn't
movie.
mind that big tortoise.
No new animals.
Yeah.
No new
Who
animals.
are we talking about here?
But that was a good movie. A little sad, but but it was good. Good movie. And so the last 2 nights I didn't get a whole lot done. I did a little in the morning, but yeah, I think I'm being more consistent with my knitting, and so it helps because I'm the more I do it, the more I get more comfortable with it. So it's coming along now. So.
And the other thing in my coop, I started spinning again because I thought, well, that's the project I'm working on, so I'm like, I needed a break. So this is spun right round. You spin me right round.com, but I bought it on Etsy, and it's not showing the spun right round Etsy. And this is merino, straight old merino in the koi colorway, and that's black. It's not purple. Kind of looked purple when I first put it up there. I guess it's got a purplish tint though, don't it?
Yeah.
And this, do you smell that?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, I can smell it.
You smell yarn, I don't.
No, you don't. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I smell it. It's got
it's real tangy.
Vinegary tint to it. So.
And my nose don't work all that well, so for me to be able to smell, it's quite smelly.
Strong.
So when I get that, and I'm spinning this, I'm aiming for a worsted weight.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to really get it thicker because I always spin thin. And I almost have 2 ounces done. This is the other 2 ounce because I want to make it. Initially, I want to do a George the Squid. Jenna Kruppar. Is it George the Squid?
I don't remember the name of this.
I don't know why I want to call him George.
I don't know.
It's a Squid by Jenna Kruppar. Retro Living.
Guess we know what we're calling him when you're done. When it's done.
Yeah. So that was the other thing in my coop.
Yeah, it's coming along. You got a bunch there. So.
There's 2 ounces almost done. Yeah. Flown the coop.
What has flown the coop with you?
Well, what I've been hiding, it's got pine coney stuff, is the snowball. I meant to look that up. Snowball Buddies, I think is what they're called. And this was a pattern gifted to me by Knittables. and the designer is Susan Claudino. She's known at Sherlock on Ravelry. And I made my honey bunny. A bunny.
I got a bunny.
So this is just red heart. It's in the stash, and I what's that? Stitched his nose on. I didn't do a cotton ball or anything.
Yeah, you did a little
And
modifications
then, yeah.
from the original.
And then his little tail, I made a
just out of the matching
same,
yarn,
yeah.
so it matches.
And then his scarf, I did some weird stuff and ended up tacking it. And so.
Yeah, and I got this. This was a Christmas gift I got on Christmas Day.
Yep.
So.
And then Jimmy, I made. He's my dear son, so he got a reindeer. And the hat is done differently than what the pattern said because I only had minimal amount of time to do these during the day because he was home or get home and I homeschool. So trying to do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and the pattern is very, you can do this or you can do that, and
it's flexible depending on what you're wanting to do.
Yeah, but when I only have 10 minutes, it's like, and different things are on different pages, I'm like, oh my God. You know, it's challenging.
Yeah.
So I stitched his nose too. I didn't use what are them things called?
You're talking about the pom-pom fuzzy ball things?
Yeah, the ones you buy in the store.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just
Fuzzy balls?
Fuzzy balls. I just did
Just
what I
knit it.
had, and then I crocheted the holder so it can go on the tree. But I have no idea what I did with the hat because I did the hat and...
Didn't you say it was going to have a big brim or something?
Yeah, it's supposed to roll because it can also be a sweater or something if you're doing the mouse. But then, yeah, and I'm like, I didn't check to where I was at because I just did it sporadically, you know, so.
Yeah, at least you're able
I
to...
hooked it up and got her done.
At least you're able to fudge it to make it work how you want it.
But I mean, you can make cats out of this pattern, you know, by using these ears and leaving off the horn, unless you have a horny cat. So, yeah, there's different things. There's also an owl, but it looked more like a penguin to me. Unless it was a penguin.
Depends on what color of yarn you use.
Yeah, maybe that's why it looked like a... Maybe it is a penguin. I don't know. I didn't get that much time to read it.
You're too focused on trying to get our two ornaments done.
But yeah, they're really cute. I really like them. I need to do the mouse and the bird.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, you snuck those.
I snuck them in, man.
Knitting in the bathroom, huh?
Yeah. Well, because that's when because I never knit during the day. You know, so I would like do something and I would go and take 10 minutes and I'm like, it would never fail. That kid would come over. Oh, I wanted to give you a kiss. You never give me a kiss. You never want nothing to do with me. You know, so it's like hurrying and sticking it between my legs or, yeah, so no one bothers you in the bathroom.
Or the laundry room. You can almost do it in the laundry room.
No, he comes.
Oh. Yeah.
Or you will, trying to find me.
Yep, we're inconvenient sometimes. We can't help it.
Yeah. So then the other thing I flown my Coop is some freckle face fiber that I've had on the wheel forever. And it's Super Wash Merino in the Azure.
Azure?
Whatever. She puts, she's not dying anymore, but she puts staples on her thingy, so I'm trying to not get it.
I'm going to put some tape in there so it doesn't...
I better do that before I put it back on. So this is I don't know what this is.
Oh, weight-wise?
Weight-wise, I didn't check
do
it. No, before. But that looks like what? Sport?
You're asking me?
Yes,
Sure, that looks
I am.
sporty.
So, anyways, this is...
Pretty.
It's
Pretty
pretty.
blue.
294 yards. And if I don't get enough on this koi stuff, this will be George.
So that one's not going in the shop then?
Well, I don't know.
No, depends.
I was doing it for putting in the shop, but
That's what I thought, but it might be George.
yeah, it depends.
Yeah,
So
we'll
yep,
see.
It's a 2-ply. It's really 294, so it'd be almost a fingering. I don't know. I didn't check.
Oh, you got the wraps per inch thing. You can check and see where it ends up.
I don't have a wraps per inch thingy. I just wrap it around.
It's called
the
a ruler. How
yeah.
many times can you go around?
Yeah. So it turned out really pretty. It's got some violets and turquoise and light blues and
Reminds me of the room we're tiling.
yeah.
It's our sea room.
It's our schoolroom. It has fish because fish lives in schools. See, even my house is done in themes. So yeah, finally that was
one
bound
thing
and
off.
determined to get that done.
Yeah,
So,
I guess that's something I need to do is finish the wheel I was making you. Huh? It's almost there. I just
you just need the Scottish tension.
Oh wait,
on
that's for a different section on here. We'll talk about that later.
So, was that all that flew? Yep, flew in the
think
coop. So, Farmer's Market. I have 2 stores on Etsy to mention. One is called Little Skein in the Big Wool. And that is run by Ann Valley, V-A-L-L-Y. And she's in California. And she has stitch markers. And they're really cute. They're just the round ones.
Oh.
You know, but only a couple of them have like the dangly. But she sticks them in little vial things. They're really cute, so it looks very Harry Potter-ish. That's what it reminds me of, the little vials, you know. And then she has bags. She doesn't have any bags right now. She just has the stitch markers, but she has had different project bags, some yarn. She had some, I think it was self-striping yarn. So she's Annie Light on Ravelry. So go give her shop a look-see. And she's even got Snoopy stitch markers.
Ah, someone's favorite.
Yep. And then the next shop I want to mention is Fishnets. Fishnets shop on Etsy. And she is Fishnets1. Yeah, on Ravelry. She also has a Ravelry group, which I will link all this in the show notes, which is, the show notes are in our group, Wolf Farms on Ravelry. And she has, I made a list. She has, I didn't put her, oh yes I did, her name's Jodie. She lives in California. And I think she goes to Stitches, so.
Oh.
So we might be seeing her. So she does self-striping, and she has this one self-striping that's called Dawn. And it's on a sparkly base.
Wow.
She hasn't had it back in the shop again. I've been stalking
Watching,
her.
huh?
Yeah. And she does different gradients. She does dip-dyed fingering. They're all fingering weight. Kettle-dyed. She has semi-solids. She has solids. She's got some really bright, hot pink and hot green solids right now. She does intentional flashing. I mean, she's got a lot. She's also the one that's done the proverbial knitter colorway that's going to be starting in June for Darth Knitter's podcast. So, which is black, red, and gray. It's really pretty. Black, gray, red, white. Is it 4 colors? It's really pretty. So go check them out.
Go check them out. You might find something you like.
Yeah.
Sounds like Dawn's already.
Well, yeah, I've been stalking her, you know, waiting for her to redo that. I could do a custom, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just always wait.
No, you're patient.
That's not my middle name. So squeal like a pig. Wow, where do I start? I want to first thank people for cards in the mail. Mail cards, snail mail. And I got a cute picture card from LLEAVID, Lisa. I don't know how you would... Leavid? I don't know how you would... Leavid? Leavid?
I don't know. She can...
Lisa.
There you go.
A picture, family picture, and so that was really cool. And she also sent the school pictures of her sons. Yeah. And then I got a card from Sock Bunny, which she made hers. It's handmade.
Yeah, there's a couple people that we got cards from that they did the handmade ones. So those are pretty awesome, the work that goes into them.
And then Mostly Munchies. She had the Melissa. She's the zipper girl for the Silver Pumpkin. And she had a cool black and white one of her girls, which I just love that one. So that turned out really cool. And then Knittables sent a card and a family picture. Melia Bella sent this. It looks like it's knitted, and it's even, what's that?
Oh,
texture.
Velour, velvet.
Velvet. Yeah. A velvet little card. See, let it snow. She's sure getting it. And she sent buttons for her Keegan Lane yarn button. And then the His and Her podcast. And then Sweet Caroline project.
A couple more buttons for your button monster.
Yeah, she said the monster needed some East Coast loving.
Yeah.
And this like took forever. I think she said it was like 2 weeks to get here.
Yeah.
It was kind of...
Because it went to our post office, and we normally only get up there like once every week or so, but we've been checking it quite often.
I hadn't shown this to you, had I?
No, you didn't. But we got it pretty, it wasn't sitting up there, which is kind of unusual. But.
And then from Maddie's mama, I had to... The card was still over here. Maddie's mama, so Maddie and Lori, they sent some Jelby goodies. Jelby is on Etsy. And, so I'll show jelby.etsy.com. And she had her make pink and green stitch markers. I love these little round
they're
ones.
just simple. And
but she knows pink and green. So yeah, they're really a couple different colored greens and 2 different colored pinks, and then she had her custom make the holder. Is that there it goes. So this holds the stitch marker, and Jelby does these felt
needle felting.
Needle felting. But the detail on this is just amazing.
Pretty awesome. Imagine that, us and chickens.
I know.
Us and chickens.
And then inside is a little snowman that is done in the needle felting. It is so cute.
Pretty awesome. The detail that goes into that, though.
It's like, see, my hand would never be able to.
You got a little needle felting kit that you haven't tried yet.
Yeah, I got it from Fiber and Friends. I still haven't done that. Shame on me.
As if we just have nothing better to do, huh?
So yeah, that's so cute. So thank you guys. And then we were gifted some patterns. Or should I? Jimmy got me, I'll do this first. Jimmy got me some Lion Brand, because he knows I've been enjoying working with the Lion Brand fisherman's wool. So he got me 3 skeins of this so I can make another sweater. And the nice chocolate brown, but I think it's called Color 125.
I was going to say, I don't think they have names for theirs.
So I think I'm going to do the Dark and Stormy in this sweater. So Yep.
That'll be nice and warm.
After I finish some other ones.
Where are you going next?
I don't know. I'll do this one next. Then, because I had 2 boxes under the tree. It was the yarn from Jimmy, and then this box from James. I can't even remember what you said. See,
I said,
we
open that one first and open this one second.
Yeah. So, inside the box says, does it say lift here?
It says lift here.
Lift here. So, because usually I get boxes of rocks or bricks or...
I'm not that bad.
Yes, you have.
Would you call me ornery?
Because I tend to shake packages.
Yeah, I tend not to put packages for her under the tree until close to Christmas because she'll
No, I don't do
try and guess, and so
I
have to mask them. So
then I open this and I get this. Well, I immediately thought, oh, Squeal! That is the manual.
iPad Mini.
No, iPad Mini manual. But then I thought, there's no words.
It's an iPad.
Get it? Because it's a pad.
A nice iPad that you can take notes on.
And then it's, because I lifted it, and it says, lift here. Notice how this is so nicely cut out, and
Here.
yeah. Even with the stylus.
Yeah, I
there,
even had the stylus for the iPad.
So then there's a lift here with a tag. And I'm like, I'm still not really realizing that that's not real. He recorded this whole thing. It's hilarious. So then you pull this, because there's a nice little cord to it. And yay! So that was what was in it. All nicely
Packed and
yeah.
hidden from you.
So
But
that's the iPad. So iPad 4 eyeball thing. Whatever that eyeball thing is.
I should have done instead of using the actual Apple graphic, I should have just put like an iPad, make it look like not so official. Would have worked better, but I think the reaction was priceless.
Yeah, you want to talk about squealing.
Yeah.
And him and Jimmy are sitting, because I'm...
Well, the funny thing is, Jimmy didn't know I got her one.
Yeah.
So I was only showing him the gag part of it. And he was busting up. He was having a good old time, and he thought that was the funniest thing. And so he was as shocked
his
as
face
you were
when I got to the
when
bottom.
you opened it up. But he didn't even know that you were getting that. So he just knew the gag part, and he was laughing. So, but yeah, so that was your Christmas.
Pretty funny.
But
I thought, oh, that would have been mean if you hadn't really gotten me.
I'm not that bad. Yeah, so I had a bunch of things in mind to make it funny. So
Yeah, I forgot to put that on the notes.
oh yeah, you sure did. And then I, on my Christmas present, got a new project bag.
Bird leg bag.
Bird leg bag. So
And even Vicky had forgotten that I had ordered this, because I've had it for quite a while.
and so I got a camera bag, and it's got a neat little cheese pull on it. So say cheese, but it's a bird leg bag. Inside is got just little red and little yellow spots, and the bird leg bag tag there.
That's so cute.
But that was what I got, which is awesome, and it'll go well. I've already got a project that's going to go in this bag. Last week we had, didn't write down who gifted me the pattern, but I got it this week, so I'll mention it again. Kate Crafts on Ravelry, Kate, New York, had gifted me the camera pattern. And so this camera pattern is going to go in my camera bag. And so I got to knit that up, but I've got the project already. See, I'm almost sounding more like her, huh? Got everything's coming together. So, but yeah, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, and then we were gifted some patterns this week. Valeria gifted me the candy bear, and I'm not seeing the designer's name because I only printed off the first page because I'm going to start not printing and just have them on my iPad. So it'll save on all our printing. But look at this bear. It is just beautiful. I mean, there's so much detail, and
yeah, it looks really well.
I mean, it's more of a collector's bear, and, you know, not just a toy. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Because doesn't it have clothing and stuff that you can put on, take off type thing, and yeah, that's pretty cool.
That would be for me. It's a baby polar bear. So yeah, it's so pretty.
Awesome.
And she gifted you.
And I got Country Wool's Easy Mittens. And so I've got a pattern to do those. And so I'll have to start pulling together some yarn and knitting some up. So
I need some mittens.
I know.
Can't remember the designer on this.
You did both pages.
Designers need to put their name on their patterns. It's not on here at all. I know it is on Ravelry, and I'll have it linked, but yeah. Countrywool.com, but yeah.
So thank you, Valeria, for the mitten pattern. This looks a little easier than my lace, so I'll have to maybe get an easy pattern that I can sit.
You got a thumb gusset on there. You haven't done that yet.
Everything's new to me. I'm a new knitter.
And then the next pattern I was gifted is the Dragon Wing Shawlette. The designer's Carol Marie Designs. And this was gifted to me by Danger Mouse. And she doesn't have a real name on... Well, I know she has a real name, but I mean, it's not on Ravelry. So, Danger Mouse gifted me this. So thank you. It's really, really pretty. And I've been trying to think of what
color or yarn or...
Yeah, because it's got to be dragony. Because it's got to match. So yeah, that looks really cool. It's pretty.
Tart dragon red.
Oh, I was thinking what went right into my head is My Girl on Fire. Yeah.
See? Get the gears turning.
Yep. And then Mrs. Katie Lady, which is Katie, and she is part of the Never Enough Time, THYME Time, Etsy store that I mentioned. I got fuzz in my nose. And she gifted me the pay.
I'd say pie, but I don't know. That's PEI.
You're dyslexic with it.
I know. IPE. I don't know. Pay, pie, whatever. PEI.
Loop scarf with lace detailing.
I'm not one to ask when it comes to pronunciation, so.
It's so pretty. And it's PEI.
Yeah.
Pay.
I don't know.
By Michelle Wang.
I'm sure I could take it to work and have someone pronounce it for me, but I don't know off the top of my head. It's not German, so I can't.
It's really pretty, though. I like all that detail. That'd be pretty in some hand spun. So.
I'll get spinning.
I am. So thank you. I just love that. And then I was gifted the Girl from Nantucket hat, and this is Laura Linneman's new hat pattern. And this was gifted to me by Punky, which is Sarah, and she's another crafty girl. Has the Another Crafty Girl yarns, which is my Fuzzy Bear yarn that I still haven't used. I wonder if you can, if you double fingering weight, is that a worsted?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person again.
Yeah, I need to look that up.
See, I gotta study up just so I can answer these questions.
You're no help.
I know. I'm just here to fill in this half of the screen.
Yeah.
I'm a filler. I'm a screen filler. That's what it is.
But yeah, I want to use Punky yarn. Well, Another Crafty Girl yarn. So I bet that would work.
Yeah.
Because I used fingering weight for my For Good hat. I held double, so wouldn't that be the same?
Yeah. You can see where your gauge is with doubling it.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best. Well, I know she has worsted, but I want to use my Fuzzy Bear. So thank you guys.
Everyone. That was great.
Super nice. So then I'm looking at our notes.
Drop down
in the arena. I want to mention the Snuggles project starts at midnight on the 31st. And that is with the Yarnivore podcast. And that is to knit, crochet, sew, snuggles between January 1st and the end of February. And that's there for like shelter animals or, rescue places that rescue animals. It's where they don't have to lay on the hard floor or the wire cages. So it's, for cats, dogs, whatever.
Give them something comfortable.
Yeah. So I did 2 of those last year. So I want to do some of those. And you're going to learn how to do some of those.
You're going to teach me how to crochet so I can see.
So I've already listed this in our group. We have a thread and... my dang nose is just itching off. Ever since I got that vinegary yarn out.
Fiber flying.
So we'll probably do some prizes for that. And so join in.
Yeah.
And then a podcast I watched this week for the first time, which actually has 16 episodes. And I was already in her Ravelry group. Which, I don't know how I was in her Ravelry group and never listened to her podcast unless she wasn't on iTunes at first. Anyway, she's on iTunes. And it is called We Are Yarn. And it's a video cast. And she has a Ravelry group. She's on iTunes because it goes to my Downcast. And her name on Ravelry is Mandy Cat. And her name is Amanda. I know a lot of Amandas. And so it's really good, and I'm still catching up. I'm on 8 because I always go back to the very beginning, no matter what podcast it is. Yeah. I'll do the first. You can see the progression
of
all the projects too. Because if you just watch the recent, it's like, well, where'd that come from? So I go
deconstructing their stuff if you go in reverse.
Yeah, and she does crochet too, and so that's really cool and.
Check that out.
Yep. So I've been enjoying that. And then instead of picking on the farm, we're going to talk about what we did in 2012, and then we're going to discuss our 2013 goals.
Yeah.
So in 2012, I either knit or crocheted. I'm not even counting spinning because I didn't look at that. Well, I don't really have an account of it. I do it.
Your spinning is your time out from knitting and crocheting. Yeah. It's like when you need something to get away, you always go to the spinning.
Yeah. So I did 8 ornaments, 25 toys, and that's I even counting the mini mochis. 9 hats, which all but 1 was for charity. 13 shawls, 1 sweater. 1 scarf, 1 blanket, 3 pairs of socks, 2 snuggles, and 4 washcloths.
Been busy.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I'd knit that much.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess I did 12 shawls in 2012.
Huh.
Wow.
Pretty awesome.
Guess I'll have to make sure I do 13 next year for sure.
And then I didn't realize I had done so much, but I did 2 washcloths, 2 toys, and 2 hats. So.
Well, you haven't even been knitting that full time.
No, I haven't. But it's still more than I was thinking I had done.
Well, and 2 of them were crinked.
Well, yeah, I don't really count those, but my machine knitting, my fine hot dog back there. Some of that was hand knit.
That's true. Yeah.
I did the I-cord mustard.
Which I-cord reminds me, Kimber Lolly of the Giving Flower podcast, which I'm one of your listeners, by the way. Because it was funny because she's been saying on her podcast that she only has 3 listeners.
So you're one of the 3.
She has way more than that. She's an awesome designer, and she's the one that designed the shelf elf. I was going to get confused on that shelf elf. And because I whined about all the I-cord, because I did all that I-cord by hand on little bitty toothpicks. She has a little machine, I-cord machine.
Oh,
I want to get one because that would make life so much easier.
Yeah, you can knock those arms and legs out.
Yeah, because she's got a snowman, the melted snowman, which is really cute. And I'm like, I am not knitting that until I get one of those little I-cord machines. Because she wrote me and told me about this. She goes, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I should have read.
That's it.
Yeah.
Whatever makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
It still counts as knitting. That's what I'm told. Even if it's on a machine.
Yeah.
See, my hot dog is a real hot dog over there, right?
It's a real
And my pickle.
Your pickle's on the tree.
Oh. It became an ornament.
Yeah. So, let's... See, I told myself I wasn't going to do that because that irritates the crap out of me when I say so.
Yeah, so no so.
No needle pulling thread.
So our 13... On to our 2013 goals.
Which is under What the Duck.
Yeah, so...
Okay, one of my goals is I've been gifted so many giftable patterns and wrapped random active patterns that's my main goal, is to strictly knit from those. No
buying
knit-alongs, because I almost fell into the whole Downton Abbey mystery knit-along. I mean, I had the yarn pulled up, and I'm like, oh yeah, because it's a free pattern, but I'm like, no. I really want to focus.
What you've got.
Yeah, because people have gifted me those, it's like,
yeah.
So I want to, which I've been doing good. The Snowball Buddies, the Shelf Elf was by Cree. Your Zuzu is, I'm passing them off on him too. Help me knit these.
I'm more than just sharing half the screen here. Filler, I'm actually helping with the gifted pattern department too.
So that's one of my goals. And then I want to get all my 2012 unfinished objects off the needles, because I can't stand having things just sitting. Just like the Rockefeller. That's why it's like, I am doing that, and then it's going to be the Rocky Coast. Then it's,
You feel so much at ease once you get done with those difficult projects. It's like, I'm finally done. Yeah. And you're really close to that one. So.
Yeah, but I won't want to look at it for a while when it's done.
Block it and put it away.
Yeah. And then the third goal would be to spin more consistently, not... Because, I went months...
Well,
I was doing Christmas stuff and other things.
I'm going to say, you were doing pretty consistently. You would do 10 or 15 minutes a day for a while there, and then you just got sidetracked with trying to get everything else done.
But other than that, I don't want to be locked into, this is the year of the sweater, or, because then I'm like, I won't want to deter from that, knit whatever, but what I've been gifted, and, so...
Yeah. Well, my 2013 goals are to continue learning new things. Like, I've jumped into learning, the lace stuff. So I'm, learning slip, knit, and, and just how to do the different
yarn overs. And...
Well, the yarn overs, I think I had already learned before, but no. I know. I did yarn overs when I wasn't supposed to do yarn overs. So that now I actually know when I should be using them. But just to learn more techniques and get more consistent and learn to read my knitting, which is I've been doing that with this pattern because I need to see where things line up and I can see where things are not going right quicker instead of getting to the end and saying, I don't have enough stitches here, or I have too many stitches, which is usually on the end. I'm like, uh-oh, I got a problem. So now that's kind of one of my goals is to learn that. And I know you're going to teach me how to crochet, so that's an easy goal to accomplish. But apart from that, well, get started. But another kind of non-knitting related is I want to get my darkroom back up and running, because right now I don't have my darkroom operational at the moment. So I want to get that where I can go in and start printing up and, do my black and white, my alternative process photography stuff, get that up and running again. So been kind of stuck in the digital world and I haven't got my hands into wet chemicals in a while. So that's another 2013 goal. And I've got a list of honeydews.
I was going to say.
About this long that it seemed like every time I get one done, two more go on there. There's never enough time, but I just continue knocking those off as I have time. Like the room, like
We're
the
just
tiling.
never bored.
Yeah, and never a dull moment. I don't have time to get in trouble because I don't get.
You mentioned weaving.
Oh yeah, thank you. See, I didn't put my notes down.
No.
My goal for 2013, putting my notes down so I remember what I'm going to say. And then another one is I wanted to get a loom. I want to get a loom of some sort, whether it's a table loom or something. I've looked around, and so I've been interested in actually weaving for a while. And I've actually looked at some of the floor looms and kind of keeping an eye out. I just haven't gotten to do that. So I may make my own loom. I've got some plans for doing that because I like the woodworking and stuff. And so a simple table loom isn't that difficult to make. And I understand. Basically, I've looked into it enough to know what I would be doing to do the weaving. So it'd be fun to start with, So I might make a little table loom and start weaving and try that out. Yeah. So that I don't think I can mess up as bad as my knitting at times. So, but that's the couple things on my list to keep me busy. So that's it. What, you want me to keep going?
Well, I don't do like resolutions or anything because I'm very disciplined.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's just goals.
Yeah.
Things to look forward to.
Yep.
And you guys can watch us as we go, move along, see if we actually get them done or not. Cracking the whip. Get busy.
Yep. So, round up. So thank you for new iTunes reviews and ratings, and go leave all your favorite podcasts, nice reviews.
Yeah.
If they're not nice, don't.
Yeah, so, you could either, leave a quick star rating on iTunes, but it's even better if you can put on some comments there, because it's neat to read those, and it's encouraging to all of the podcasters that are out there to, just know that what we do is making, is beneficial and enjoyable to you guys. Yeah. And if you are placing an order at Wolf Farms, don't forget you can request a free podcast button with any paid order. Just put in the comments section that you would like to receive a video podcast button, and we'll send that along with your order when that goes out. So want to thank you for watching us this year. I think this year's been really fun. I'm glad that I started podcasting with Dawn here, and entertaining y'all.
Y'all.
That was for her benefit.
I'm just rubbing off on
I
you.
know. And so we want to thank you for sticking with us through 2012 and hope you have a good time watching us through 2013 because we enjoy doing this.
Fun.
Yeah, as you can tell, we enjoy doing this, and I think it shows through in our video here, our podcast. So, yeah.
So y'all, dang it! I just did
Y'all.
the so again.
And you did a y'all too.
Y'all's okay. I want to wish y'all a happy new year and stay safe when you're out and driving around if you are, or
Yep.
designated drivers.
Yep.
If you
Stay
choose
off the
to.
road and if particularly
We don't
if
go
you're-
anywhere
yeah,
because of
we
that.
we stay home.
Yep.
We celebrate the new year and
At 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We do the East Coast time.
Yeah, we watch the
The
New
ball
York.
drop in New York.
We watch the New York stuff and we go to bed and start the New Year off early with the parades and stuff. So
Oh, I forgot about that.
see, we watched the Thanksgiving one and we got the New
'cause
Year's ones
my
coming up.
aunt
So
was always in that.
so be safe and we wish you all a happy New Year and we will catch you in 2013.
Yep.
So
Have to get used to writing that.
yeah, I know it's always fun.
So until, hey, I get to say it.
Yeah, that's it.
So until next time,
Let's get cracking.
and hatch a net. Bye.
Bye, y'all. Happy New Year.